Banner Show listeners, we have a really special episode coming up for you today. Now, on the last podcast, we took a moment before we started to ask everyone to please subscribe to the channel. It worked, and thank you so much to everyone who did. So we want to keep this going. We're going to start this show the exact same way. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate the support, so we're going to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you so much. We're rolling, we're climbing. Let's get this thing going, and welcome back to episode 7. It is April 15th, and we're recording just after 8 p.m. Central Time. Now, like I said before, this is a special episode because we are bringing on a guest to the show. I've known her for many years. You all may know her as the former Charlotte Hornets sideline reporter or the current reporter for NBA on NBC. So let's bring everybody on. We've got Paul Williams, Ryan Ochi, Aaron Brooks, and our special guest, my sister, Ashley.
Welcome,
Shamley.
Ashley.
Boys,
Welcome
sis,
in.
how we all doing?
Welcome.
Thanks, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm excited to be here. I was wondering when you were going to ask me on, Ariane.
Well, with the NBA playoffs coming on, I thought it'd be a perfect time. Perfect time. And honestly, Ashley, how fun is it to be a Hornets fan right now?
Oh my gosh. I don't know if anyone else watched that game. I have truly never, first off, been excited for a play-in game ever. Like, I've just never been invested for a play-in game. And then second, that game from start to finish, I mean, it was messy and it just wasn't pretty at all, but a win is a win. And for the Hornets to win any sort of postseason game is a win in my book. So I'm happy about it.
Were you at the game, Ashley?
I was not at the game. I'm here in Atlanta in my living room. And I mean, everybody knows I'm just like rooting for them. I've been rooting for them all season. I worked for them for 6 years. So I've been waiting 7+ years for something like this to happen. When I first started with them, Kemba Walker was on the team. They were decent. They had like 40 something wins. We did, make a play-in game, but lost twice in the play-in. So that's basically the farthest that they ever got. And so for them to first off, like, finish the season how they did and actually be good, like, this isn't a fluke. I've watched many of their games. I had the pleasure of covering one of their games recently, and just to see them actually turning the corner is amazing.
Wait, so they're playing the winner of Magic Sixers, right? Which is that? Well, so we're recording at 8 p.m. Central Time. So the game's going on right now. I'm not sure who's winning.
Philly's up 77-71.
Philly is up right now, but they're actually going to play. So the winner of that one will go to the playoffs. The loser will play the Hornets on Friday. And then the winner of that one will be the 8th seed in the East.
So. Yeah, I meant loser. But before we got started, I saw it was like tied 27-27 or 27-26, something like that. But okay, did you see this coming, Ashley? I mean, first of all, they draft Con Knipple. LaMelo Ball has taken his game to another level, and they finished 1, 2, and 3-pointers in the whole season, which it's crazy because I feel like anywhere Del Curry goes, magic happens. I mean, because last teammates to do it was Steph and Clay, but I just, for Con to lead the league in threes as a rookie, it's just got to be unbelievable in Charlotte. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh, such a stud. They're calling Con and LaMelo the new Splash Brothers, or Splash Brothers 2.0. And I got to cover them the last game of the regular season, and I got to talk to Con. And is he just, the most all about business guy I think I've ever met. Like, he's obviously a rookie, he's young, but and just such a sweetheart, but all about it. And even last night in the play-in game, he was not playing well. He was like 0 for 6, and they took him out of the game. He did not play in overtime. He was not in the game in important moments at all because he was just having a bad game. And of course he's happy for his team, but like, you could tell on his face, he was like pissed off at himself just because he was having such a bad game and he wasn't able to help the team in the moment that they needed him. Because obviously he's been making threes all season long, but he's been such a game changer. I think he is affecting the culture there so much because I think even though he's the youngest one, he's rubbing off on some of those other guys of like how hard he plays, and it is bringing out that competitiveness in everyone else. I mean, LaMelo, this is the most games he's played in like 4 years, and he's only been in the league for like 6 years. So that's saying something in itself.
Yeah. So that leads to my next question. Who do you have for the Rookie of the Year?
Oh man, I've covered a lot of Dallas games surprisingly, even though they tanked. But and Cooper is unbelievable. He is literally. I mean, he's going to have such a great career. That being said, I just think to lead the entire league, like every player in threes, and to affect such
I was gonna say
Cooper's so great. Yes. And obviously, it has to do with other guys too. Brandon Miller is playing well. LaMelo is playing the best he's played in his career. The new ownership, the new leadership, the new coaches, the new staff, all of that has to do with their success as well. But there's some sort of coincidence you can say about Con coming in this year and this happening this year. And I just think, I wish that it could be like when Grant Hill and Jason Kidd had co-rookie of the year. I feel like this could be the year. And whenever I work with Grant Hill quite a bit, and I'm working with him for this first playoff game. And they talk about like years down the road, when they look back at 2025, 2026, are they going to say like, dang, we should have taken Con, or dang, we should have given Cooper Flag the rookie of the year? And I don't think you could go wrong with either, but in my heart, I just feel like Con deserves it. But I don't know. Cooper it's just so hard to choose. I'm glad I don't have to.
Well, it's too hard from Dallas, and we just love watching Cooper, but they're both great options. But before we jump into it, Ashley, I don't think I would be doing the podcast justice without asking and stepping away from the basketball and broadcasting and doing my due diligence on our friend here, Ariane. He's a stand-up guy. He's a family man.
Yes.
He's the host and the backbone behind this whole podcast. But do you have a little bit of dirt to share with the boys on the podcast?
This is so sweet. Well, first off, I just have to say, the amount of joy that this podcast brings him is, and I know we're talking in third person and he's literally right here, but
yeah,
the joy that it brings him it's just so fun to watch from a sister perspective, and to see, how hard he works in his daily life and with the job, his full-time gig, if you will. But to have this bring him so much happiness, like golf brings him so much happiness, but it also frustrates him to no end. And I feel like this has just been pure joy. So it is just fun to watch from the sidelines as a sister. That being said, no, if anyone has obviously been around him or no, like our family is incredibly close. We literally talk and text every single day, FaceTime multiple times a day. My husband tells me all the time, he's like, that's not normal for siblings and like families to be that close. And I'm like, you're probably right. It just is so second nature to us. But Ari and I have been in the trenches since I was born, 92. So we've just been like, and then of course we have our little brother as well, Brandon. And no, it's just.
Yeah, I was going to say, Paul, that question. Well, first of all, Ashley, you could have answered it way worse. So thank you.
I know that was nice of you, Ashley. But I also know you brought up golf, and he's competitive. I've seen him get competitive in cornhole in his backyard, but also you have to be fairly competitive to get to where you're at today. Who's the more competitive person in the family?
Let me just see this piano behind me. So
Yes.
That piano right there. Yes. So I took piano lessons since I was 6 until I was a senior in high school. So for 10 years. Every Monday, I'd go see my teacher, Donna, and we would take piano lessons. So I played for a long time. Ariane never took a lesson and would try to learn the song that I was learning by like YouTube and whatever. And he would come to me and be like, I know this song, I can play it. And it would piss me off to no end because I was like, why are you letting me have this? Like, I don't understand.
Okay, I did that once, and it was for the Harry Potter soundtrack for the first of all. And I stayed. Yeah, she brought home the Harry Potter book. She brought home the Harry Potter book, and our family loves Harry Potter, so I stayed up all night to try to learn the one song. And the next morning, my parents come downstairs. I'm like, guys, like, look what I can do. But that was it. I only did it one time, but
okay.
But yeah. Paul, if you would ask that question for our little brother, I think we'd have like 3 hours of content.
Oh, I would love to ask your little brother that.
I keep telling Ariane, you guys need to have him on at some point. At some point.
He'll be here. He'll be here.
Yeah.
He made his way to the banner Instagram already.
There we go.
That's the first step. There we go.
And Ashley, I know we've kind of talked about a little bit about your NBA career here, but I think for the listeners and also for us, it's always nice to hear from where you came from. And I know you kind of got your start in Meridian, Mississippi as a broadcaster. You were working on high school football games I saw on YouTube for WAPT. I think
Oh my God.
you coined a term that I'm going to
Throwback.
bring up here in a second, but you were breaking down a football play. The high school kid scored, and you're like, "That's Ashley's anatomy." And
Oh God.
so I want to know during those times, what do you remember most about those early times in your career, and how much did it shape you as a broadcaster today?
Paul, I have to say, I really thought all of those were private. Like I went back and
They're
made
on. Yeah, listeners,
95%
go look
of my
at your
YouTube private.
Yeah, go look at Ashley's YouTube page. It's public.
That is alarming. That is alarming. I'm
I'm
going to
sorry.
absolutely go back and yeah, that's alarming. That's okay. That's okay because it is where I started and I'm so very proud of it. And it's crazy to think I was living in Meridian, Mississippi, and that's where this kind of all began. But I would not have traded it for the world. I mean, I made $22,000 my first year and I worked all the time. You can ask Ari, and I was literally barely ever home because I worked holidays and all that stuff. But to say that it was the best first job I could have ever asked for, just because right out of college, I got to be on TV and, granted it was in Mississippi, but I got to cover high school sports in Mississippi, they would literally shut down the town for Meridian High School football games. Nick Saban one time landed his helicopter on the Meridian High School football field to try and recruit a player. And it just made the cover of every Meridian Star magazine and our entire newscast. So it was just such a great start because sports was so prevalent in the lives of everyone there. And, they don't have a professional team, but they have, college football there, covering Mississippi State, covering Ole Miss. And I got to cover them during the time they were really good. Dak Prescott was the quarterback. Chad Kelly was the quarterback. Both of them were number one at one point. So covering them at that time was incredible. And not to mention Meridian was only 20 miles from the Alabama state line. So we got to cover Alabama football too. So I just feel like it was such a great way for me to start my career. And I would not have traded it for the world. It was definitely tough and there's so much sacrifice, but it was incredible.
And was there a moment when you're in Mississippi, you just mentioned some big names also, had a moment to say, I can actually do this. I can take my broadcasting skills to a higher level. When did you hit the switch to say, I can do this at a higher level?
It's kind of crazy because since I was 10 years old, Arian and I went to an Atlanta Hawks game with our old neighbors, Mike and Jeannie. And I remember seeing the sideline reporter there. And I literally was like, that'd be the coolest job in the world. That's what I want to do. And before that, I used to want to deliver babies. So it was a total 180. I wanted to be a doctor. So that was total flip. But since I was 10, it never faltered from there. I was like, this is what I want to do. So, in high school, I did a couple things here and there, but not very much. But then in college, it was just once I got to Georgia, I was like, okay, this is what I have to do. This is the programs I have to do. I have to get an internship by my junior year. I went to Augusta and worked at a news station there. So it was just I never even thought, I don't think I can do this. I just didn't know how long or what the process was going to be. I didn't know what that was going to look like. So once I got to Mississippi, I was like, okay, from here, I'm working in local news. I got to get to a network. And then I got the job with Fox Sports South a couple years later. And then I was like, great, foot in the door. And then the Charlotte Hornets gig came from there. And it was just yes, it was. I always, when I talk to college students or anyone, I'm always like, yes, it's being at the right place at the right time, but it was just being ready. And they knew that I was ready for those opportunities when they came about. So that helped too.
No, that's amazing. And I think Ariane even mentioned this is something you've always wanted to do. And for many people, it's hard to say that. And for you to make it happen, congrats to you, Ashley. That's something
I appreciate
pretty
it.
amazing. Yeah. And so it started to keep flowing. You started to hit bigger markets, bigger platforms, eventually the NBA. But one thing I don't think our listeners all know, but you also made a stop at the CMT as a correspondent for the Hot 20 Countdown and doing interviews with some crazy people. I saw you with the Coast Guards, a weapons sergeant. You flew in the Air Force on a CV-22 and shot a 50 cal machine gun while interviewing, Grammy nominated stars like Lee Brice in a winery. Is there any memorable moments during those times outside of sports that really stood out to you?
You really did your research, Paul. I'm so impressed. This is wow.
We're excited to have you, Ashley. And I saw you shooting a 50 cal machine gun. I was I got to bring this up.
Yeah, Ashley, he called me and he was like, did you know she was in a plane shot a gun?
I know. I
was like, oh, but actually I forgot all that stuff. I know. I remember,
the CMT stuff was The CMT stuff was so awesome. The way I got that job was literally through the Braves. I was doing Braves games, and the producer for CMT is a huge Braves fan. I literally just talked to him the other day. He's now working with the Braves, but he DM'd me on Instagram, and I thought it was fake. And he was like, "Hey, we're looking for, a correspondent, whatever, for CMT." And I seriously thought it was a joke. And then he was like, "We'll fly you out to Nashville. We'll do an interview." That was such a wonderful time. I worked for them for about 6 years, and I would do it every summer after basketball season ended. And the opportunities, like you said, we got to do a whole military appreciation show. I was literally like trudging through a swamp at one point with some of the Coast Guard. And then we were, like you said, flying in a plane. I was shooting a gun. It was crazy. And you wouldn't think like, okay, then we were interviewing country artists after that, but the country artists were performing for some of on these military bases. And so we would just do a whole military appreciation episode. But I'm just really grateful for that time because sports is entertainment, but country music is entertainment. So it's like, the same concept. We're just talking about something different in the interviews.
Is one interview tougher than the other? Like, is it tough to talk to the country music stars, or is it easier to talk to NBA players, or is the prep the same and it's just whoever you're talking to?
I think for the country music stuff, it was, just because I wasn't like in that world all year long. Like for basketball, I'm always in that world. So it's easier for me. But for country music, it was like I needed to know, what album did they just release? What's their top hit right now? What are they doing outside of the music stuff? Like what are we all, which, is entertainment and fun things, but just making sure I get like the label right, the record name right, their hit song right, like what it's about. So it was, different in their own ways, but same sort of research. And basketball, I would definitely say is easier just because I'm around it all the time.
No, that makes complete sense.
Yeah, I get that. Because like I've done a lot out of Nashville. Like that's kind of where my career started, was in the audio side of things. So like working with musicians can, athletes, you kind of know what you're getting. Musicians, we can tend to be a little bit emotional at times.
Some of them are high maintenance. Some of them are a little high maintenance.
Some of them, we won't call anybody out. But we've all been around those people. And yeah, musicians, I could see that being, especially since you're not just around it all the time and making sure you get it. Cause man, those artists, they really do take their craft seriously too. So they can get hung up on little details. Cause like they see the world different. Like they're like, oh no, that's a C sharp. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. Like that's fine. But like, so for me, like I remember, we have a mutual friend that I grew up around like crazy. And so like, he's like my little brother. And so I know you guys were close. And so like, I remember following you back from Meridian, but then when I saw you with Fox and the Braves, I was like, okay, this is it. Like, this is legit. I'm like telling people like, I know that girl. Like we got to hang out one time, like whatever, it's like, it's crazy to see. And it's cool to that you're here now. When you think about the Braves and your time there, like, is there somebody who, whether it's a player, whether it's a manager or, somebody in the front office, like that really just stood out to you that gave you some good insight into pursuing this career to another level?
You're talking about for the Braves specifically?
Yeah. Or Fox. I guess that era.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the people on the production side, I would say are, I really credit them because baseball is, despite like the jerseys on the wall, these are all my husband. It's like, baseball is not my forte. I literally would be texting my husband in the dugout being like, can I ask this question that I'm about to go on TV and ask this player right now? Because I'm like, is this how I would word this? It just makes me, it's a great challenge, but it makes me so nervous. Like basketball, I feel like I could talk about for hours. But baseball, they're just so nitpicky about the statistics, and there's so many of them that I just don't ever want to get it wrong. And so it just brings such a new level, such a new challenge. So to answer your question, Aaron, there's a lot of people in the production side of things that have helped me along the way and made me more confident. 2 years ago, I was able to do like a good chunk of sideline reporting for the Braves. I did like 40 games. I traveled with them. It was my first time traveling, which in a MLB plane versus an NBA plane, we can get to that later too, is totally different. Like it's I was literally playing poker and gambling with the baseball players. We were like, for $2. I mean, these are like millionaires, but they're really serious about like $10 pot versus like an NBA plane is like super strict. But anyway, that's a different story. Yeah, it's just that summer was great because I felt like I was able to get a rhythm and feel a little bit more confident doing baseball. And with NBC this year, after the playoffs end, I get to do a couple baseball games, one of them being a Braves game, which will be really kind of full circle, just being able to do a Braves game on a national network. So I'm excited about that, but baseball always just makes me kind of nervous. So it's such a good kind of reboot with my like career. Like you don't feel like you're just kind of doing the same thing. It's just like a new challenge and a new level to what I'm doing.
Ashley, real quick, who is the kind of going back to CMT, but in that time, who was the country artist? Was it Lee Bryce that you played basketball with?
That was Matt Stell.
Oh, Matt Stell. Okay, yeah. I was like,
it's like right before he had a song "Prayed
trick?
for You." Yes, it was like before he kind of blew up with that song "Prayed for You." But we went to a local YMCA in his hometown and shot hoops and talked about his song. So that was really fun as well. I love mixing the two.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the bracelet, but I just when you was talking about CMT, I was like, who was that? Because I mean, obviously, I watch like everything Ashley does and has been doing for the last several years, but there are a couple of things that like really stick out, and I remember that was one of them. I actually forgot about the military thing, even though that was super cool. And then when LaMelo like came into the scene, I feel like, man, things got fun there. But go back to baseball. Yeah.
No, you're good. I'm all for about the airplane now, man. Like you don't have to like share any names or nothing. But that was pretty cool. Like I love having
it's really cool
insight like that, right? Because none of us get to see that world, and so like the things that you've gotten to see. I'm sure you've got stories just like Paul going down and digging up some things, and it's like, oh, this is a cool memory. I mean, so the airplane thing, like if you want to get into it, we can. If not, it's no big deal. But
yeah,
that's intriguing to me. $10 for the bunch of baseball players, and somebody's gonna.
I know. It's so crazy because, of course, like the NBA, when I was working for the Hornets, we would fly charter, so we wouldn't have to like go through the airports and stuff. It was all separate, and it's. From the outside, it is like very bougie. It's obviously really nice to be able to fly on this plane and like, stay in these nice hotels. Like it is very nice. But on the other side, I would always kind of, especially like college students who would ask about the gig. It's like, yes, but also, I'd get into cities at 2 a.m. and we'd have a back-to-back the next day. So I'd have to like get a couple hours of sleep and then be ready for like our production meeting that morning, be ready for the game that night. And obviously I wasn't even playing. So that was hard in and of itself as the players. But for basketball, it was like I sat next to Eric Collins, if anyone knows him, every single day for 6 years. And Del Curry was right behind us. But it was just a lot more mellow on an NBA plane, I would say. Like just everyone kind of just kept to themselves. And like, obviously we would talk with the media in the back, but like the players were in the front, then the coaches, and then the media. And when I first started traveling with the Braves, I remember our producer who had done both basketball and baseball was like, hey, just to let you know, it's a little bit different on a baseball plane. And I was like, oh, okay. And so we come on and we get up in the air and then, people take their seatbelts off. The players like come back to where the media is, which on an NBA plane, like that does not happen. The players are not like mingling with us back there. I mean, literally Raisel Iglesias, like Austin Riley. I mean, they all like came, we started playing this game that they play every single time. Like, and to think about it, baseball, 162 games, you're obviously with these people so much and you're on a plane like all the time and doing this every single day. It's like, you got to add a little bit of fun to it. So everyone I was like, from the first time I was on the plane, they were like, are you in? And apparently if you don't say you're in that day, they're not going to ask you again. So I'm like, I'm in. So I had like my ones and I was like, I'm ready to go. And so that was that. And then every single day after that, they asked me they just assumed that I was going to be in the game. And it was so much fun. I really, really enjoyed that summer and being able to do some of those games and travel with them. And it was just like a whole different, even it was crazy too. Cause like after a loss, you would think people wouldn't really want to play, but there's so many games that not that they don't matter, but like one loss does not really matter. So they're still rambunctious and like ready to play poker again, even after like I just assumed.
You're on the plane with a bunch of competitive like alpha
Yeah.
athletes. Like they're coming back.
Let me just say, like, this one specific pitcher, I mean, has made over $100 million, and he was the most competitive it was like $20 in the pot. And he has his own private like helicopter. And he was like, I mean, he wouldn't let like $1 go. It was crazy. But I'm like, that's why you guys are some of the best in the world.
Yeah, it's about the win more than the money, I think.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I did win. I was telling. I did win a couple times, and it was really cool taking everyone's money, even though it was like $20.
That's be a great feeling.
Was it poker?
It was.
Major league players.
It wasn't like poker, but it was just this one specific. I don't even know what it was called. The game. Maybe they made it up, but it was. I don't even know what it was. It was like Egyptian rat screw, something like that, with everybody. So.
I want to jump back to the NBA playoffs. Actually, I just have a couple questions. I know Ryan's got some questions too, but actually, do the Hawks have a chance against the Knicks?
The Hawks are. I mean, let me just say, I hope Trae Young and Anthony Davis. I hope they thrive in Washington. But this was such a long time coming, as everybody like could see from the outside. It's not like, I feel like just your average fan could see like Trae Young, it wasn't working. And so and he wanted this to happen too. He was like happy to be at his next stop. Jalen Johnson, wow. Like he needed that to happen to absolutely shine. He was already showing what he could do. Dyson Daniels, another one. CJ McCollum, like bring him in and wow, this is, getting blown out of the water. But like, I don't know. The thing about the playoffs is like, can you beat a team potentially seven times?
Good. Like they have Jalen Brunson.
Knicks are good.
Yeah.
I know. Karl Anthony Towns in the playoffs, I don't trust him. I think they will beat the Hawks, but I don't think they're going to go much farther than that. Something's not working in New York. Something is not working with the group that they have. And in my opinion, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. They could totally prove me wrong. They could go to the Eastern Conference Finals and that be that. But I just feel like something is a little bit off there. So we'll see what Atlanta does, but it's a lot harder. It's great to win in the regular season, but the playoffs is a whole different beast, and it's so hard to win a series. I'll just say
Actually,
that.
Who you got, Lakers or Houston?
I'm actually I just found out today. So I'm doing the Detroit game on Sunday, and then I'm doing that game on Tuesday. It depends if Luka and Austin Reeves comes back. I heard that Luka is rejoining the team. Does that mean I don't think he'll be ready for the game their first game is Saturday. So I'm doing game 2 on Tuesday. So I guess we'll see if he comes back. If he comes back and he's like Luka, then Lakers all the way. But if not, then I don't know. Houston, another thing. They definitely improved towards the end of the season, but there's something a little bit off about them as well. And
they got it. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard, Ryan, that you're a KD fan, right?
Yeah. Big KD guy over here. I mean,
he's the man.
I inherited the Suns. I was a diehard Sonics fan when they were there. Obviously, we drafted KD. So
gotcha.
Yeah. So I've been following them, and that's why I moved to Arizona. But just kidding. No.
Oh my God.
Just joking.
I was about to say, are you about to move to Houston next?
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, no. But it was fun watching them. Do we want to switch
He's
gears?
great.
Can I switch gears?
Do it. Man.
Yeah, we can switch
Yeah,
gears.
let's switch gears.
I can't really.
Did you have other NBA questions?
Well, no, it's hard to talk NBA because we're talking about Anthony Davis, Jalen Brunson with the Knicks, Luka with the Lakers, and I just get more and more depressed because all those players came through Dallas, and I'm like, this is miserable. So yeah, switch gears. Let's go.
All right. I would be remiss to not bring up the halftime Dr. Pepper halftime show. Now, for fans that don't know, Dr. Pepper halftime show, 2004 SEC championship. Ashley did the Dr. Pepper halftime show and went insanely viral, like overnight. I think she was trending on Twitter for 24 hours at least. So 2-part question. The first one is after that happened, was it just another normal day for you? Or what, the days after that, was it like, okay, this is crazy? What was the initial reaction after that day? for you?
It was just crazy to think like, I feel like I've covered some pretty cool things, like some NBA playoffs,
I know what
some
you're
really
saying.
cool games.
You've been in the game for 10 years.
For some reason, like that was the epitome of my career. Not even the game. This is halftime. Halftime. People get up and go to the bathroom. They go get a snack. Like, I'm like, this was a 2-minute halftime show. And I truly feel, I'm like, okay, this was it. I made it because of this Dr. Pepper halftime show, which don't get me wrong. I always loved watching those. I loved watching the students compete. So when ESPN asked me to do it, I was like, oh, hell yeah. I'm like, this is going to be great. And it was so fun. Fun fact, I was actually like a couple weeks pregnant during that time, which no one really knew, but because we hadn't told anybody. But it was crazy. I did the halftime. Got off the field, like it was fine. And then I think I'm not a huge social media person, to be totally honest. So I like wasn't. I mean, I think I posted a picture from doing it, just like, hey, I got to do this. So that was cool. And the next day. Yeah. The next day, it was a lot of my friends and my mother-in-law as well that were sending me all of these like People Magazine, New York Post, like these gossipy articles, and like people zoomed in on my ring and they were like, oh, she's married. Like, this is the worst day ever. I'm like, oh, I did not.
Crazy.
It was wild. I was not expecting that at all. And, you know, like I said, I'm not a huge social media person, but like the Instagram, I gained some followers from that one. So that was pretty cool. And it was just weird. Shoot the Dr. Pepper girl. Like that's how people were remember. Yeah. It was literally 2 minutes. Okay, cool. So it was fun though. It was really cool.
Did anything change after that? Like, did doors open because of it? I mean, you had already been in your career for 10 years, but did anything like out of the blue come from that, like career wise?
I feel like my agent was like, we need to capitalize on this. Like, we need to, you know, I don't know. He was like trying to do brand deals and stuff. Yes, nothing crazy. No, not at all. I got the NBC job shortly after. No, that is not because of that. I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding. That is not because of that at all. But no, it was fun though. It was a fun experience.
I had to ask.
Yeah, well, fun fact about that, I was sitting next to your two brothers. It was just us.
Yeah.
I was watching the game.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
and we're like, Ashley's crushing it. And then like the next day.
That was a fun night, Paul. We were having,
that was a great night.
That was like a little bit of a party. But Ashley, when we all started working together, because I mean we've been doing this for a couple of months now, and obviously Paul's known who we were before, so did Aaron. But when Ryan kind of found out, he was, wait, Ashley ShahAhmadi's your sister from Dr.
Yeah. Brian's a big Twitter.
I'm a big Twitter guy, so I remember when that went viral. I like it.
Yeah,
that is so funny. Yeah. That is so funny. I appreciate it. No, that was quite the moment.
But yeah, Ashley, we know you don't have too much time with us. So normally when we do these podcasts, with it being a guest, we're kind of switching things up a little bit. But normally when we do these podcasts, we've got a couple of segments. We were like, which one should we keep for Ashley? And we're gonna, at the end of every episode, we do a draft. So we figured, in honor of you being on the podcast, we're gonna do a draft, and we want to pick favorite NBA players of all, or your favorite NBA players, or favorite best of all time, however you want to pick them. So
are we
the favorite or the best?
Yeah,
that's
favorite,
totally
right?
Different.
Yeah, it's a big difference. That's a big difference.
How about best? Favorite or best?
You call it.
We'll do favorite. Or yeah.
I think we should do the best players of all time.
Okay.
Like the goats of the goats, like the best players in your mind.
All right.
Of all time.
Do it.
Ooh.
Well, you're the guest here. You get to lead us off. What's the order going to be after Ashley leads us off, Ariane?
You know what we could do, because this is kind of out of the typical, because normally, like, you know, the we vote on the drafts and then the winner, but this is kind of a bonus one. We can make it random, Aaron. How do you want to do, or can we do that wheel, or will that take too long to set up?
It wouldn't take that long to set up, but I don't know if it's worth it for 5. Let's go.
Ashley, you, Brian, then Aaron, and me.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just go counterclockwise.
The brother and sister go first.
Yeah.
Okay,
for
so
me.
I go first. And how many are we doing? 4? We get 4
4.
total or 5? 4 players total. Okay, so I can start it off.
You start us off.
I'm going to go with Michael Jordan.
Yeah, we knew that one was coming. All right, Ariane, you got yours taken. So
Yeah. So when I was planning this, I was thinking like my favorite of the best. I'm sticking with it. I don't care. I'm gonna go Steph Curry. That too.
It's up there.
all right.
Yeah, he's definitely up there.
Well, I think he would go faster than some of my other ones, so I just want to take him off the board quick. And I promise. Never mind.
I already wrote down this one. Go ahead, Ryan.
I'm taking Kobe all day.
Literally already
Okay.
wrote that one down. I was like, I knew where that was going. And so that leaves me with my favorite, and I still think one of the most iconic of all time. I'm taking Shaq.
I like it.
Oh, wow. I did not
I
see
know.
that coming.
Maybe not
Yeah.
in the first round, but actually you'll find out. Aaron usually
Yeah.
takes our third rounders in the first round.
Hey, look,
That is.
they
Oh my God.
literally
He
changed.
wasn't even on my list.
How?
He wasn't even on my list. That's sad.
They changed the
I think he's the
rules
best
of
center of all time.
basketball to accommodate Shaquille O'Neal. They literally
You know,
changed the court.
I think Shaq is a good pick. I was gonna say this is
But like as your first pick, wow.
He is my favorite basketball player of all time, and I would argue just because, like, I mean, literally they changed the court, they changed the rules. He's the most dominant player I think ever, just based on his impact on the game. I mean, you can go back to 100-point games and things like that, and obviously the game has evolved well beyond the big man, it seems like at this point. But like in that era, like the way the game changed around Shaquille O'Neal, like they literally had Hack-a-Shaq. It was a new strategy on how to actually beat this guy because he was just so impactful. And I just loved his personality. Maybe it was because Kazam. I don't know. I'm going Shaq.
I'm on
He's
Ashley's
such a good
side,
guy too.
but he is pretty funny online.
He's
With the final pick of the first round, I can't let this guy go. LeBron James.
All
I was
right.
about to say, is someone not taking
I would have
LeBron?
loved if Braun fell to the second round.
No, I know you would have loved that. It wasn't going to happen with me here.
you
and
get back
then-
to backs. Yeah.
All right.
And then I'll go back and kind of circle back. I'll go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay.
Okay. Do I go next?
So we're gonna go back. So it'll be me, then Ryan, then
Yeah.
Ariane, then you, and you'll go 2 in a row at that point.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna take an old player. So, you know, I mean, we're talking all-time greats. I think if we have a list that goes much further without Magic Johnson on it, we might be missing something too. So I'm gonna go Magic Johnson in round
Okay.
2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with my guy and go KD.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Nice, Ryan. I'm glad you did.
All right.
All right.
Gotta. Yeah, this is the difference. When Ashley's on, I get less competitive and more fun. I mean, I would never let.
Now, if
Ryan have
Brandon
Kobe.
was here,
Oh,
Yeah.
Brandon, I'm forcing my way through the first pick and taking Jordan, but it's really Jordan and then a big gap. Okay, I'm just trying to think who do I have the best chance. I got my 3 people that I want. I'm gonna go. I am going to go Dirk Nowitzki or Dirk
Okay.
Nowitzki.
all right.
It's a good one. That was on my list. Okay. Is someone writing these down?
I am.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh, I should have taken. I'll try to get my next one.
How you gonna get your
I
next one?
messed
Your
up.
sister's going twice in a row. You're not
I
getting
know.
whatever it is.
I think I might.
All right, let's see.
Okay. I'm going to go Wilt Chamberlain.
All right.
That's going to be one of the all-time greats. And then, gosh, this is really hard. I feel like I have to go with Bill Russell.
All right.
There's
Yeah.
too many to pick from.
They're
All
just
right,
too
we're-
great.
And we're only going 4, right?
We're going 4. Yeah.
We're-
So we're gonna go down the whole line again, and Ashley will finish it off.
Oh, I hope no one takes my last one.
All right. So it's back to me.
It's back to you, sir.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going Larry Bird.
That was my next one. Okay. Paul.
I up? Sorry.
Ryan. I'm sorry, Ryan.
No. I'm going Joker.
I like it.
Dang it, I
Great
wanted that one.
I mean, he
So
should
good.
be up. Yeah, at the end of his career, he should be up there.
All right.
Dang.
All right, so we got
Sorry.
Look,
Aaron then Paul, right?
yeah, Aaron, then Paul for 2, and then coming back around. All right, I'm gonna go with somebody who I think is slept on again. I don't care because I'm picking the best players that I can think of. Oscar Robinson. The dude averaged a
that's a good one.
triple-double for 5 consecutive seasons. That's insane. And never gets the love he deserves. So shout out. For me, that's Oscar.
As a point
That's a good
guard,
one.
too.
Yeah,
well,
he's
that's good.
insane. All right, Paul.
I'm do Tim Duncan.
Oh,
Watching him
okay.
growing up.
Loved.
It's kind of
Love
criminal
that
he
pick.
falls so far, but yeah, I think that's
No, it is. And then I'm gonna end with this is my favorite numbers 20, and being a Seattle fan, Gary Payton is like
That's
my all-time
the
favorite
glove.
player.
Let's
He
He was on my list. He was on
go.
my list.
That's good. That's a good one.
That is fantastic. All right, so I'm running out of gas here a little bit. We're it's hard to decipher now for me. There's so many people stuck here. Let's see. I feel like his run with the Bulls, I can't really go with that because he got hurt in his career, got cut short. But he was, huh?
I almost said that. I don't want to. Yeah,
No. I'm not gonna go there. If he had a longer career, I may have. Man, best of all time. I go back to like the Dream Team, and I think of guys from that era as well. But when we've really taken a lot of these. I'm going to pick one just for fun because I know it's supposed to be the best, but this guy was on my list largely because of Chris Berman, but Arvidas simply being Arvidas. I loved that line more than anything. I'm drawing a blank here on so many players, and I love that so much. It's just stuck in my head. Chris Berman's the man. So Arvidas Sabonis.
I'm just happy to see the expert Ashley laugh at 2 of
That
your
was-
takings.
That is quite the list.
there's a common theme on the podcast. We won't go into it now, but this fits.
Hey, look, I get it.
Wow.
Basketball is not my thing. Like Shaq was that era. Like honestly, Anthony Hardaway is on my list of like people that I loved. Like, but yeah, anyway.
No, actually, it's true. Like we're all when we knew you were coming on, we were all like talking about all some of the things that you've done, and Aaron's first thing was like, dude, she was with the Braves. Like that was
He talks about it every week.
Yeah.
like Aaron was
Oh,
Dust for
dude,
halftime.
no, okay.
I mean, Ryan was Dust for halftime show. Aaron was Braves.
I have to. Okay, I'm sorry.
Love it. Okay.
I have to undo it if I can. I have to have the human highlight reel out of Atlanta. Dominic Wilkins.
Hakeem.
Ah,
Dominic Wilkins. I
Okay.
mean, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, well,
That's a
we
good one.
got to have our Atlanta guy on here. All right.
yeah. Gotta
Sorry.
give him some love.
Yeah. All right, Ryan.
I'm taking the point guard, Chris Paul.
It's good.
So sad how his career went out. Poor
Yep.
guy.
Yeah,
Just
the Clippers
didn't have
did him
the
dirty.
All right.
really. I know. He'll be okay though.
I mean, his
Yeah.
his longevity is understated, though. All right. Once again, I'm going with my favorite, Reggie Miller, who actually is my favorite of your co-hosts. Or
Such a nice guy.
yeah,
He's the
Reggie
best.
Miller. Like
It's a
I
great
think
pick.
I think about like who are the players that I like watching, like the documentaries on. Larry Bird, Reggie Miller, Dirk. So
Mhm.
last pick, Reggie Miller.
Nice.
This is so hard. Do I go old school or new school? I don't.
You've gone
think
pretty
you
old
don't know.
school. You've gone pretty old school
let's
so
hear
far.
it.
I know. I really wanted Nikola Jokic, but that's okay. Okay, so since I can't have him, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with Allen Iverson. Not too
AI.
old.
on my list.
AI.
He was on my-
Go with Allen.
Actually, the
Yeah.
literal words out of my mouth were, didn't think you were going to pick him. How did we go this whole draft and nobody take AI? Like, pound
I
for
know.
pound, probably the best player ever. So that's,
Yeah.
See, D
pick.
Wade was on my list too.
Same. D Wade. SGA is on my list.
Luka?
I mean, Charles Barkley.
Charles was
Luka,
on my
actually,
list.
I wrote down Luka.
Yeah,
Yeah. Julius Irving. Hakeem Olajuwon. Like, there's too many to pick just 4, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when for some reason when Aaron said the human highlight reel, I went to Hakeem. I don't know what I was thinking, but
So I need to like recruit people to vote for mine?
I mean,
That's
well, hold
my
on.
brother.
I mean, that's a typical
Your
thing that
brother
runs
does.
in your
yeah,
family.
your
does
brother loves to rig it. So
it. Yeah, that's hilarious. You bring that up, Ashley.
Yeah, that was
Ashley,
awesome.
read. Ashley, I think you'll have a little bit more pull than us, so I think it's likely to win. But and you have Michael Jordan. It's done. I mean, I said,
Yeah.
to me, it's
Yeah.
Jordan, and then all right, Ashley, read your full list. You had
Michael Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, and Allen Iverson.
it's a
It's a
good
great
one. I had,
list.
Steph Curry, Dirk, Reggie Miller, and
Larry Bird.
Mm-hmm.
I had Kobe, KD, Joker, and Chris Paul.
That's a good list.
That's a good list.
we don't
That'll
need,
go with
So I feel-
that'll hit with the millennials.
That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, millennials
No.
and Gen Z. Man, I'm not
Yeah.
Gen Z.
Hey, look, I'm gonna win all the drafts on Facebook, but not on Instagram. That's for sure. So, like, that's all I'm saying. We need a new platform here. So, Shaq, Magic, Oscar Robinson, and Dominic.
And then I'll close it out with LeBron, Kareem, Tim Duncan, and Gary Payton.
It's a great list.
Love it.
Okay.
All right, Ashley. The other thing we do at the end of every podcast, we like to close it out, final huddle, and just say something positive. I hate to put you on the spot, so you don't have to do it if you don't want to. But do you have any positive words of wisdom or a message that you want to give the fans?
Oh, like about anything?
Anything.
you want. Just
Life?
a
Usually-
positive line, anything you want.
We usually just say Kobe quotes is honestly what we've done.
That's what you do.
Oh wow. Oh my gosh. This is
Or just
oh, wow.
or just something good that's happened in your life. Just anything positive. We just like to end the podcast on a positive note.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You know,
I should have prepped you for it. I'm sorry.
I no, that's okay. I gotta say, since we talked a lot about my job and my career, just be passionate about what you love, whatever that is. Just do it with total honesty and everything you have behind it, and just be passionate about anything that you truly love. I'll say that.
Love that.
Great.
Ashley, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining
Absolutely.
us. This has been fun.
Thank you guys.
I have to say, like, I don't know how this is possible because I see you all the time, but I was like actually like anxious, nervous about you joining and your assistant.
Well, can I say we did talk about having a sports talk show when we were like 8. So this is the first rendition of it.
Let's go.
Almost 30 years later, here we go. But Ashley, yeah, seriously, thank you so much for joining. We're like so thrilled that you were able to. This has been awesome. And thank you for doing the final huddle. But all right, everyone, that wraps up another episode of the Banner Show. I'm gonna argue our best one yet. So, and we always do this. Don't forget, please like, comment, subscribe. I know I said it at the beginning, but we really appreciate it. We want to keep growing. And the support so far has been just incredible. So we appreciate everything and have a great night, guys.
Thanks, Ashley.
Thank you.
Thank you.